What's up? Raymond here. Today's podcast is going to be more on the serious side. Um, yeah, I'm going to be bringing up some of my past traumas, stuff like that. But it's all going to link to how um, just I stumbled upon music. So the only thing I ask of you is, to be respectful, stuff like that, and hopefully some of you guys might connect with it somehow. And if you do, please leave it in the video podcast comment box right down below. But just to let you all, give you a heads up, this is a much more serious topic. It's me opening up to you guys, something I don't really do, but thought maybe this would be a really cool way to connect personally with you guys. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this podcast, and have a good day. Peace out, guys. Let's go. Remy here from Booze&Chill. Welcome to the Booze&Chill Buzzcast podcast. But in all seriousness, no. Today's podcast is going to be a little bit on the serious side. You're probably wondering what's with the guitar. I'm going to be talking about how I got into music. But the way that I got into music, there was a bit of a not huge slope. What am I saying? There's some stuff that involves trauma and the stuff that just happened to me. I'm gonna be bringing up my past. I don't want to say it's gonna be a bummer, but it's just stuff that happened to me. Again, stuff that happened that led me to music, which is why again you see me with the guitar right here. You're going to be seeing me playing this, and as well as another guitar that I got. I was planning on starting off with my acoustic, but I popped the string in the middle trying to tune it. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be a serious one. I wanted to connect with you guys at a certain level, a serious level. And the stuff I'm going to be bringing up is stuff that I haven't even brought up to my own parents. I'll leave it at that. So again, there's a bright side to the podcast, so stick around if you want to know how this happened, and hopefully this connects with you in a certain level. Hopefully hits you right here in the booby area. But that's it. That's it. That's all I got to say. And let's get on with the podcast now, shall we? Or the pod, as they say. Let's go. There we go. Anywho, welcome guys to a much more serious podcast. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing up stuff from my past. So I guess I'll start now. The way this journey to my love of music started, I have to start off in the beginning. And in the beginning, again, it's a kind of a bummer. But again, this is how it happened. I was about 7, 8 years old when this happened. But before I tell the story, my father. This has to do with my father. My father was involved with some bad stuff. He was the guy. He was a middleman who would pass the drugs, stuff like that. I apologize if I wasn't even like I didn't even ask if this is okay for me to say, but if I've said this story to selective people, you know what I mean? But so I guess it's all right. But anyways, so yeah, my father was involved in that kind of stuff, and to give you an idea, I mean, and at the age of 7, 8 years old, I was somewhere around that ballpark, and we got the call that he was not gonna be returning. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess as to why. But yeah, he got caught, and we got a phone call saying that he was not going to be coming back home. And to be getting a phone call like that at that age is not exactly good. It was not exactly good. Of course, it was hard for my mother as well. There was tears. There was a lot of fucking emotions that day. I can't remember the date. Again, I was 7, 8 years old. I mean, you don't exactly keep track of these things, especially these kind of things. Um, my sibling, my sister was a baby, so she had no idea what was going on, and yeah, it was hard. It was really really hard, and what's it called? Trying to get comfortable trying to play this and tell a story, and yeah, it was bad. It was horrible, really, and it was. I can see it was much more difficult for my mother because she was a stay at home mom, stuff like that, taking care of myself and my sibling, my sister. So when that call came out, it was it was difficult. It was hard. Of course, you don't take those kind of things very easily. And I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to middle school age. I can't remember how old that was, but it was around. Uh, how old would you be in middle school? Maybe like 7 or 8, right? 7 or 8. Anywho, um, a little bit about just to kind of like really get the situation here. I was put into a Catholic church, if you can believe that. This Catholic church is still up. At the time, though, the it only reached from like kinder or some shit like that to sixth grade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was only up to sixth grade. I don't know if they've gotten higher after that, but that that's the biggest that they went. But anyways, when my father was around, he was very involved. He was very involved. He would do what dads do, right? Or like, yeah, he would do what dads do. He would bring me lunch and stuff like that. He would like chaperone to all the like school events and stuff like that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I remember I vaguely remember it, but I remember there being uh, a class microwave because of him. I remember that. It's like vague, but I know there was a microwave, and I'm pretty damn sure he brought it in. So yeah, things are pretty good. Things are good. And then that day came, and what's it called? Things are different. Uh, along uh time passes. I don't know how long how much that time was, but by the time I want to say maybe third, fourth grade-ish, it started showing in a lot more from the kids I was in class with. Um, but a little bit before that, and I didn't notice it at first. What was it? Second, first grade year old me or something like that. Um, I didn't notice it then, but then later on, I started realizing, like, it started coming to me that the all the people, well, all the kids I would go to school with would slowly, truly started distancing themselves from me, and it started getting more noticeable as the older we got. And I think the reason for that was, and this is just like what I think, like this is something that I kind of like thought of myself, like over the years as an adult now. The reason why uh they started distancing, I can't say that word, distancing themselves, is because I think what happened was that the parents of the kids I went to school with found out um what happened. And I think what happened was that because of what happened, I was just labeled a bad kid because I was the son of, you know, uh, a guy who would like, move drugs around and stuff like that. And that's what I think would happen. And it gets slightly worse. It got slightly worse. Um, it went to a point where we were not a big class either. Like, um, there was only like maybe like what, like six, eight, maybe nine, uh, guys, and maybe like four, maybe five, girls, maybe, and the all same ones. By the way, it wasn't like where you would like switch class and you see different kids. They're always the same kids, always. And what's it called? You got to a point where there's like name calling. There's even times where I guess we could say like a little bit of bullying. There's a little bit of bullying, but that started later on, maybe fourth all the way through sixth grade. Um, it was pretty much everyone. ev- Like I said, it was really not a lot of kids. I was considered the outcast again. I probably started off becoming the outcast ever since that day happened because again, uh, they started distancing themselves from me. Uh, it wasn't like horrible, but it was definitely something that you should no kid should deal with. Like no kid should deal with. But again, that went on for, was it sixth, fifth, fourth, like maybe four, five. I don't know. I didn't keep count. I did not keep count of that. But yeah, I was just I was the weirdo. I was the weirdo, and I was into all the things that you know that didn't help either. That I was into all this type of music that these other group of kids were not into. So that didn't help either. Um, so the sad background music. No, that's a lot more lighter. I'll just skip to the anywho. But yeah, you don't keep track of these things. But yeah, that went on for like years. And I mentioned at the beginning that this is like something I haven't even told my parents. So if they are watching this, they're gonna find out this for the very first time. Um. So yeah, it was hard on my mother as well because she was a single mother and stuff like that. But luckily, we had the best support system. My my uncle and my grandparents ended up moving in with us to help us out, help my mother out. She, she had to get a job. Um, she had to work her ass off, and my grandma would stay at home, take care of us, feed us, stuff like that. Uh, my uncle uh, would also work there. Um, Again, I was a little kid, but I'm pretty sure he contributed. He was living there, and my grandpa he was very very good with his hands. He was a craft. He was a what do they call him? Uh, he would make furniture, and like he would make the most beautifulest fucking furniture, dude. Like it's awesome stuff. Like um, it was just awesome stuff. So they moved in and they helped us out. They kept us going, and yeah, my mother did whatever she could do. I think at the time she was working for a good amount of years. Actually, she was working at like a purse place, I think it was downtown. And I think she worked there for, from where she got the job all the way to, I want to say to my father came out. I think now that I think about it, I don't really remember when she got out of there. But anyways, yeah, she did. She worked there for years. She worked her way up. Eventually, she became, I think, like some sort of like supervisor or something like that. So she worked hard to get what she went to, kind of, and again, help feed our asses and take care of us. And again, a big shout out to my grandparents and the uncle for you know uh, holding it up, holding it up. My mother especially for holding it up. Um, I'm actually getting, you can't see it, but you can see the strings there. Take a little, maybe a little bit softer. So that's a little bit better. And yeah, it was hard on everybody, but to me, it was everything happened in a point where you're supposed to be like developing yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be like learning how to like you know become an adult, I guess, really. And at the time, being you know a teenager, you you're going through the rebellious phase, stuff like that, and that's what happened. um got into, what is it called, that I was skating and stuff like that, but actually no, skating was again, it wasn't there before the music. But it was hard, it was hard. But the had the family, had the cousins over and stuff like that. We were really into wrestling, so that's what we would do. We would wrestle each other. We would like throw ourselves off the roofs and climb walls, jump off of them. And you know it was fun times. I'm not all the time it was terrible. uh Only times it would actually like hit me was the school thing, like I mentioned. I couldn't get myself to bring it up to my mother, because she was already like, she was working hard and stuff like that. And the whole my father not being there, so I kind of just kept it all in, really. um Not because I couldn't, but because I thought maybe I shouldn't, for her sake. You know what I mean? I thought that, she already was dealing with enough. I thought that maybe I should uh, be able to. Oh, that was horrible. I thought I should be maybe able to, fight my own demons. My mother was already fighting her demons. So I was just like, you know what? This is something that I need to learn how to deal with too. So, again, this is some deep stuff. This is something that I haven't even told my own parents. So again, if you're watching, there you go. So yeah, I kept it all in and just managed to somehow. Actually, no, I didn't deal with it very well because um, the trauma of getting that phone call and knowing that your dad's not going to be coming home for a very long time, and then the shit that I was already going through at school. Um, it was not good. It was not good. Something again that no kid should ever go through. Um, Real quick, I'm not entirely. Uh, I'm not. No, actually, after that, I was not religious at all, and this is coming from somebody who went to Catholic school for like, again, 6 years or so. I lost along the way. I lost my faith. You know what I mean? But that's something entirely different. I just wanted to put it that way because again, Catholic school kid, they take you to church every, I think it was every Thursday, something like that, and you know, prayers were never answered. So I just like it felt more, it felt more alone. I felt more alone. It was a lot more lonelier because the prayers weren't working, and then the fact that I was just holding all this stuff in from my mother, it was it was very very lonely, very very lonely. Like just trying to work things through all on my own, which again, maybe I did it the wrong way, but I'll get into how that kind of also, uh, built myself up. But it gets a little bit, it gets a little worse because of the being treated differently at school, slight bullying, name calling. There's even at times there's even a fight. It wasn't big or anything like that, but um, it's unnecessary. And the missing father thing. I ended up getting into a situation where I would just kind of started eating my feelings away, and that went on again. I don't keep track of these things, but I got pretty big. I was a pretty big kid, man. Um, but because again, it was I was just eating my feelings away. That's all it was. And you know what? You know what my go-to, uh, s- uh, I guess snacks were. And because of this, I kind of don't. I've been going back at them a little bit, but I will not do what I did back then. So my go to snacks were uh, a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. I'm not talking about the small bags. I'm talking about the big bags. There was no family size bags back then, but those were the family size bags back then. A big old bag of flaming hots, and um, the biggest, what is it? Tea, like sweet tea, I could find, and I would finish the entire thing in one fucking sitting. And that was happening for I don't know how long. Again, I don't like to keep track of that, but it was happening for a good amount, to a point where it got very unhealthy. I would get constant stomach aches. Um, it's practically living on drinking. Um, I don't know that. I remember the color of the medicine, and I remember the color of the bottle. I don't know the name, but I want to say it was probably like the Mexican version of Pepto Bismol or something. And yeah, it was pretty gnarly, man. And I also was sleeping in, well, I couldn't say my parents, my mother's room for a good amount of time, stuff like that. And I think again that has to deal with the whole, everything that was happening, right? Uh, it went to a point where my mother was like kind of like getting sick of that, and even though my sister was sleeping with her, right, because she was like a small one, um, she started kind of getting sick of that. But and then she gave me, what's the word I'm looking for? She gave me, oh, what is it? When they give you that choice. I can't think of the word right now. But anyways, she gave me the choice of whether you, how did she say it? If you want to sleep in my room, you are gonna bring your mattress over here. We don't want to do that. And you know that's exactly what happened. I would literally carry my mattress from my room. My room was right across from theirs at the time, so it wasn't not like that wasn't a lot. And again, I turned out to be a big kid, so I guess it wasn't. I guess I was heavier than the bed. I don't know, dude. But yeah, I would do that for a while too. Um, but yeah, that went on for damn, like maybe fifth, sixth grade, seventh. No, actually, eighth grade. No, eighth grade, because things my what's it called? My way of thinking started changing. So yeah, I was a big kid because again, I fell into like a eating disorder. Because of all that stuff that happened, and yeah, I it was not fun. It wasn't fun. But somewhere along there, um, again, this was eighth gradish, eighth gradish. How old was I? 15, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere around there. Whatever. Um, how I mentioned my grandparents and my uncle was staring there. Whoa, my grandpa, he had a nylon guitar. He would always have it there with him, and I would see him play it. I would just watch him play it every time he would pop. Whenever I would catch him with it, I would just sit there and just watch him play. And something about that, and I would see him do this even like before, like younger. Like there was just something about it. But at the time when all this was happening, the eating my feelings thing, something about just the tone and the sound of the music just changed something in me. Like I would almost forget that, you know, life was crap. To put it that way. And so when he would not be playing it, I would ask for his permission to touch and play the damn thing. He wasn't strict or anything like that, but I would be like, "Hey, would it be okay if I play it?" And like being that he was like such a fucking awesome grandpa, he was just like, "Yeah, go ahead, yeah, no problem." And I would just like grab the acoustic and just like you know what I mean? Just testing the waters, really. Just testing the waters. And I started just going at it, just going and going, up until again. Oh man, these are the kind of things that that don't stick around in here. You know what I mean? I'm only remembering whatever I can, because um, I guess I think that's just my method of like getting over things, which I think I've gotten pretty good at. Um, but anyways, started just going at it. Um, I think I'm not again. I'm not sure, but it was whether my snack and then guitar or guitar snack. But the guitar playing was involved in my routines. It was school, home, and the cousins were there, play whatever. Guitar, snack, or snack or guitar. But it was in the routine now. It was just like a thing that I would do now. And then I would be playing and playing, and at some point I started going like just random things, right? Random things. I'm like, oh man, that this goes well with this, or that sounds good with this. Uh, I know very like basic stuff. I never got into reading music notes or anything like that. I was more, till this day, I'm a play by ear kind of person. But like I can make music. Um, I can follow along to music and stuff like that. But anyways, uh, the only lessons I ever got was like karate lessons, and that didn't last long because again, I got them when my father was there, and then left when he was gone. But anyways, um, yeah, it just became a huge part of my routine, and it just kind of started going at it and going at it and going at it. And then once I was able to play like the basic like I think that sounds a little bit better, I think. Or was it? I'll leave it at that. Give me a sec here. I think you should be able to hear it, I think. Just give me a sec. Give me another one. I hope it doesn't. Hope it doesn't overpower me. But yeah, once I was able to actually start playing like the power chords, I was like, damn, this is awesome. And then you know, uh, I actually started making friends. I started making friends. Seventh grade, eighth grade, all into music as well. And into the same kind of music that I was into since elementary, since a little Catholic boy. And the ideas of like, oh, bro, let's start our own band. At the time, I remember um, super into Slipknot. Leave it in the comments if you guys are Slipknot fans out there. So we all wanted to form the same number of band members Slipknot had, and everyone was assigned like you're the guitarist, you're the bassist, I'm the vocals, blah blah blah, this and that. And I was stuck with uh what are they turntables. I was gonna be the turntables. I was gonna be the the Craig. I think that was his name, the Craig of the group of Slipknot. And like sure enough, I started looking around. That's when I started getting into Musician's Friend magazine or catalog at the time. And I looked into that. I got subscription. Started getting Musician's Friend catalogs in the mail. It was fucking awesome, dude. And I'm there like scheming because I was actually taking it serious. I was like, I'm gonna ask my mom if I can order this scratch set or whatever. I don't remember how much it was, but yeah. So I'm there staring at that set, and then I would scheme through it, right? And then I'd see the guitars, and I'm just like, whoa, dude, that looks awesome. So deep down, I mean, I was taking that band thing seriously, right? So it's like I'm gonna get this, but deep down, I was like, damn, I want those guitars. And yeah, so that just kept going on. I was pretty close to playing something that I invented, but just kind of like tweaked it a lot. Um, so yeah, we got into it. The band, our version of Slipknot never happened, by the way. But along the line, um, I met some good friends who were just playing just for fun, stuff like that. And eventually, I think it was a close to a Christmas, and I asked my mother for a electric guitar, and I ended up getting it. Um, it was an Ibanez. It was like that set that comes with the amp that's like about this big, and came with the cords, guitar picks, guitar straps, stuff like that. It was fucking amazing, dude. Like that that Christmas or birthday. No, I think it was Christmas. But yeah, I remember when I got that fucking thing. I was just like starstruck. It was the most beautifulest thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, and I've had like badass fucking uh toys, right? I've had awesome presents, like, but that one was just like that one just hit home, really. It was a black and white Ibanez. It was all black and the white pickup guard. It was a sick, dude. Well, to me at the time, it was fucking sick. I cannot remember for the life of me what happened to that guitar. I should have it somewhere. I think somewhere along my mess. I need to clean up. Um. So yeah, I picked it up and just like just started doing my thing. Um. Just start practicing. Oh, I wasn't doing that. I was just like, hopefully, you can still hear me. In fact, I'm volume down just a little bit. Ooh, that's very clear. Very too clear. And yeah, just practicing and practicing, and then that amp, that little tiny amp, had a button on it that said overdrive, right? And then I clicked it like so, and then I strummed the guitar, and I was like, no fucking way. And then there I went. There Raymond was. Just strumming and strumming away. And I was like, I was like Jack Black in School of Rock. Dude, fucking shit. After that, I was hooked. Like, not only was I like gonna be playing like I was gonna be playing like the music I was listening to, like I was like, holy fucking shit, dude. Um, but yeah, I got into I got into the well, I was already into heavy stuff. Um, and then again, I found that little button on the amp, and it's just like it was a total game fucking changer. And but yeah, it sucks that that had to happen for me to get into the music. But like I said, um, I just you know I fell in love with the music. Ugh, a little rusty, a little rusty, and but yeah, I just started playing, and the more I played, the more I just forgot. The more I forgot, the more I just forgot. I just would lose myself in music. So, um, like I said, it was those are really dark times for I'm trying to find the volume for this here kid. Um so dark that uh, I was started having very, very, very bad thoughts. I'll put it that way. I started having really bad thoughts. I just thought, you know, uh, because the situation was so bad, I actually had to stop playing for a little seconds because this is again, uh, since it started off serious, but like I'm gonna come a little bit right back to it, and we're gonna go back into how, you know, the brighter side. I started thinking, some horrible things because, like I said, um, in fact, while I get into this, I'm gonna switch to my other guitar. Like I said, give me a second here. Um, in fact, I'm going to pause this real quick, and we'll continue. And here we go. By the way, the last guitar that I was playing, its name is Steak. This here is Jimmy. I'll get a little more into the names right now. Yeah, I was at a point where I was just thinking some very bad thoughts. Like, um, there's times where I would see kids like with their dads and stuff like that, and that's probably where it hit the most. I think, like, that's the part that actually fucked me up, and the shit that was happening at school, and it took a pretty big toll. It took a pretty big toll, and teenage years happened, and again, being a teenager, go through the rebellious phase, and it's kind of what happened. Um, I would hardly be home. I would be out with friends and stuff, just trying to escape, I guess. But it wasn't it wasn't it wouldn't hit, I mean, the same way than when I was actually um I'm gonna take off the overdrive here for a second. But yeah, it wouldn't hit the same way as when I would be at home, just just jamming like so. But yeah, there was a very, very, very dark time where I was just whoop, give me a sec, drug the pick, where it just didn't feel like it just wasn't worth it. That's what I felt like. Um, but things got good because, like I said, I ended up making friends somehow. I did, and I found the friends that that were into the same shit I was into, and yeah, the music just kind of just kept going. It kept going, kept playing. I ended up making some stuff up on my own, and like I said, it just drowned all my sorrows, I guess. Um, I would lose myself in the music, stuff like that, and eventually, um, I don't even know if it was the music or what it was, but I came to a point where I just got sick and tired of always being depressed. I was depressed, to put it simpler, to put it short. Um, just years and years of depression, eating disorder, eating my feelings away, and you know, the loneliness, the getting picked on, my father missing for a very long time. Um, I just got sick of it. I was just tired of just always being depressed, I guess. Um, how did I manage to turn myself like flip of a switch that way? I have no fucking idea. But that's what happened, and it just I started getting into sports, stuff like that. Well, not sports, because the neighborhood kids would be playing a lot of basketball and stuff like that. Um, got into basketball for a little bit. Was actually my favorite shot was actually a three pointer. My thing was a 3 pointer. I was a 3 pointer shooter. Um, but yeah, I got into some activities, stuff like that, and along the way, along the way, there was a certain group of kids at the time, who would skate by there, and little, and that's just the story of how I got into skateboarding. But you know, I didn't go into how I got into skateboarding in the last podcast. Uh, but that's how it happened. There was these cool kids that I consider them cool because they'll be passing by, popping ollie and stuff like that, and be like, "Whoa, bro!" But anyways, um, things turned out things turned out for the best. Things turned out for the best. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Am I? No, I was looking at the right camera. Um, things turned out for the best because of music. It Music saved me in a way. I'm going to turn on the overdrive here now. Why? Because it sounds awesome, dude. The cord to my headphones gets in the way a little bit. But yeah, music kind of did save my life. My grandpa kind of also saved my life. My mother saved my life. Because she was working and feeding our asses, stuff like that, taking care of us. Um, but music really just made made it go away. The music made it go away. Um, so I can't really thank. I have to think I even told this. I put this up on a post a long time ago. I think it was on my personal Facebook. I think it was like my grandpa's birthday, something like that. And I wished him a happy. I wrote a pretty big message. I wished him a happy birthday, and pretty much briefly told the story of how he got me into music. And yeah, in a way, my grandpa technically saved my life because again, uh, was not thinking very good things as a young child, and like I said, the music just drowned everything out. And it just made me feel better. It made me feel better as a person, and most importantly, it gave me a voice, if that makes any sense. Because I was very quiet because of everything that happened. I was a very quiet kid. I was just good at holding things in. And again, not maybe something you shouldn't do, or I went the wrong way about it. But you know, I managed somehow. Did I ever get therapy? No. Should I get therapy? My wife says I desperately need it, but um, you know, I think I think once you realize there's something wrong with you, I think that already in itself is a huge step to just what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. But it's a huge step to just making things better. And I think because I know I'm fucked up, I think that's why I'm I'm okay. Again, I don't know if this is making sense to you, but isn't that how therapy is? You go in there knowing not knowing something's wrong and then fixing it, and then like that process of like admitting or accepting. Well, I accepted that there was something wrong with me, and I said, "To hell with that shit. I hate this. I don't want to be this. I I don't want to stay here. I don't want to be where I'm at. I don't ever want to think what I was thinking at when I was a kid. I don't ever want to be there again." So again, the music just again it drowned everything. There's there's moments though there was those moments where I get lost in playing. And at the time I was probably playing horrible too. I was probably just, whatever came. But in those moments, I was I was gone. I was somewhere where nothing bad happened, and just the emotions were coming out as they were coming out. And now that I can actually play, you can you can hear what it is what's going on inside. You know what I mean? Because I don't get to play as often as I used to because busy life, you know, life of a parent, life of adulting. Um, but whenever I am like pissed, I'll be playing stuff I can't. It doesn't sound heavy on this, but stuff like that when I'm just super pissed and I just like have to let it all out, you know, and stuff like when I'm just like okay, and mellow things. I think for the mellow, I can probably turn that off. You know, you could just tell. You can tell when the artist or musician. You can tell what they're feeling by what they're playing. And like I said, because I was not very outspoken, or not that I couldn't, I just well, yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't let it out because um the day we got the phone call when my saying that my dad wasn't coming home, that's the day that I didn't even think of this till like again as an adult. That's the day I realized I was now the man of the house at the age of 7, 8 years old. And that can take a toll on a kid, man. But, I think it turned out well. I think I turned out well. Um, there was really nobody around to kind of, no, not that there was nobody around. It's just that, there was a point that we were just hardly home. I was only, out with friends. I was meeting people. And I think I did okay. I think I did not okay. I think I did good. If anything, I formed myself. I formed myself because there's parents that, are around for the parents who are around kids around the time where they're supposed to be learning how to become an adult eventually become exact exactly, I mean, like their parents. It is the total and complete opposite with me. Yes, there's little traits here and there that I picked up from them, but mostly it's really all just me. So I guess you could say that had to happen for me to become who it is that I am today. And I don't see that as a bad thing because, you know, I like what I do. I like I just like it. I just like it. And, you know, things happen for a reason. That's what my wife always says, and I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. Um if it wasn't for that, again, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know what I mean? Because I had to literally become my own person. Um and because I had to learn how to do things on my own, I think I just became, you know, I don't want to say a better person, but how do I put it? I'm just okay. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good. Um, would have I changed some things? I would probably want to, but um, again, like my wife says, things happen for a reason. Probably wouldn't even be here right now. To be 100% honest with you guys, I wouldn't be here right now. So yeah, I wouldn't change it. It fucking sucked. I will say that. It sucked so many hairy balls. But like my wife says, things happen for a reason. And I think I'll be fine. What am I saying? I'm okay. Uh I have a beautiful fucking family. I have a house. Uh you know, I have my own instruments. The kind of shit that I would look in that musician's friend catalog. Like I now own them. I get to play. I don't get to play as much as I want because again, parenting and stuff like that. I have I have two beautiful girls. I have the pretty much the best wife in the world. Life is good, guys. Life is good. Um as far as like trauma and stuff like that, um like I said, I probably went the wrong way about it. So if you are going through shit, maybe you should seek help. You probably should seek help. Could I have been a little bit more better if I seeked help? Uh, Probably. But like I said, I'm good. I'm good. I found, I found a way. What way is that? I don't even know how to put it. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And, I think that makes me a strong person than I am, I guess. But yeah. But anywho, guys, that concludes this podcast. That was that was some serious shit. That was some serious shit, guys. But yeah, that's today's podcast. That's how I got into music. That's what happened. And music is life. If you enjoyed today's podcast, guys, please hit the like button right down below. Excuse me. So yeah, guys, if you like today's podcast, please hit the like button down below. If you got some value, if it connected to you somehow, if it hit you right here in the booby section, if there's stuff that maybe you don't have to mention it, but just leave an emoji if this connects with you somehow, or a comment. Again, you don't have to. I know it. Again, I mentioned this was going to be a personal one. So, but yeah, that's just pretty much it for that, guys. Go ahead. Like I said, hit the like button down below if you got a value, or if again if this touched you or you connects with it somehow. If you are new to the podcast and or channel, please hit the subscribe button. I usually don't really dive into stuff like this, but I thought maybe felt like sharing this because like I said, music is an emotional roller coaster. It really is. And hit the bell notification for the next upcoming video, live or podcast. And that's it for that, folks. I can't find my pick. That is it for that. We can't wait to see you guys in the next one. And that's it for that, guys. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you keep watching, I'm gonna keep drinking. I'm gonna take a sip and then I'm gonna finish it off with one of these. Wait. See you guys in the next one. Peace.